Bro, you only need 5 elements to create a dope melody. Don't overthink things. What is good, everyone? It is your favorite multi-cardboard selling producer, Izoki. Let's go into my screen, get straight into it, so you can keep creating and create some bangers with this sauce I'm about to give you, alright? Let's go. Right, so the first thing that I recommend you start off with, a simple chord progression or chord pattern. By progression, I mean, a simple chord progression like dun, dun, dun. And by chord pattern, I mean like playing the chords in a rhythm like this. I like using Rhodes. I got my Rhodes from this Sky Keys. This is the pattern I got. Effects on that, super simple. Some EQ, cut out the unnecessary lows, the unnecessary highs, and just made it sound even and allowed space for the other elements to shine through. A simple chorus from Arteria, just added some character to it, nothing too much, super subtle, but I liked it. And the first element, I recommend to always be harmonic, because once you get the harmony down, the rest just flows through so much easier. Add a piano for even more harmonics. I recommend this one, the Double Felt Grand. It has that soft touch that can't really be replicated by anything else. So this one I love using for sad emotional melodies. Chords just sound incredible on this. Some EQ. The whole point of this, bro, is keep it super simple. Don't overthink things. If it sounds good, then it sounds good. Don't add effects just because some other tutorial on YouTube told you to do so. If it sounds good already, keep it that way, bro. You'll be able to do so much more with so much less. For the lead, I kept it super simple. EQ, cut out the lows because this was the main melodic element, and the melodic elements to me should always be shining bright in the highs, not so much the lows, because that is what the harmonic elements are for. Added this soothe just to tame the really harsh upper frequencies, like the really a little bit of it. Add some character. If you want to add character to your sounds, just add reverb and put the mix down to your liking. Some OTT just to bring the lead up in the forefront of the mix more. A lead, in my opinion, should always be at the front, hence why it's called the lead, because it's the leading sound. If you've been watching me for a while, I love vocals. It's either always from Exhale or from Arcade, and if not from either, then it's my own voice, all right? But for this one, I went with Arcade because it just sounded right to me. Synchronicity. EQ, you already know what the EQ is for, you can see it right here. Reverb, because reverb brings everything to life. And OTT, because why not? OTT makes everything better. Last little element added was this Vox. I love those little those little Vox samples because they just add some more life into your melodies. A little bit of a variation, something different than the usual. Voxes are basically vocals, but just really shortened vocals, and you already know how I feel about vocals. I love vocals, all right? So I thought, why not? Some reverb, some stereo separation, just to surround your ears more, make it a little bit more full. A little bit more reverb, just a tiny little bit, adds a little bit more life, and some stereo widening to make it wider. Before it sounded like this, but with, it's the little things that count, bro. The very last thing I added wasn't really a sound, it was more so an effect. I went with thermal. That's just personal preference. In my opinion, it's good to add a wow factor to the end of every loop, because say a producer is listening to your loop, right? A major producer is listening to your loop and he's listened to say about 50 already, and each one is just some simple arrangement and nothing that special, right? Now, when he stumbles upon yours and he listens to it and you have that wow factor at the end, a cool effect that not many people use, they're more likely to be surprised, and by being surprised, they're more likely to use your loop because it'll be a direct reflection of your uniqueness. And that's just me, and that's what I recommend to you. Add something special to your melodies in comparison to every other producer. I routed all the elements to this bus and just added some stereo separation simultaneously so it all sounds even, and that's it, bro. Honestly, a super simple melody. It's all in the sound selection, making sure that your sound cohesive together, sound like they belong together, and that's it. And that's honestly it, bro. I'm gonna play you guys a loop now so we can get to the outro, and you could go on with your day and keep creating and use some of what I showed you in your music to make you a better producer and fulfill your true potential as a musician. I'm gonna play for you guys now, and yeah, let's go. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys learned a thing or two. This is simply how my thought process is at this current moment for my melodies. I just thought I'd show you so I could help you be a better you. And yeah, I'm gonna end it now so you could go back to creating bangers, and maybe use what I showed you today in your own music to make you a better music producer. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Have a blessed day or night wherever you are in this world. See you guys in the next one. Izoki out.